This video may contain scenes that are distressing for people who went through this fire in 2009. I'm asking for anyone who went through this fire not to watch this, please. G'day everyone, my name's Ricky James Basketball, and my for Let's Play It, and also Ricky Reactions 446. How you going? Welcome back to Inside the Firestorm Part 10. Let's get into it, shall we?
But the fire that destroys Kinglake has just one more cruel card to play. It heads north into the townships of Hazeldean and Flowerdale. Those living on the ridges are hardest hit. Their homes undefendable. But the Flowerdale pub still has a chance. Out in the open and protected by a main road, it's an unofficial refuge. The landlord and a handful of locals have decided to stay and fight.
When it got dark and you could really see the fire coming through, you know, in the ranges and everything, and you know, that was both a spectacular sight, got to admit. It's quite mesmerising. But I also wanted it to come, because I was sick of waiting for the bastard. I was just sick of waiting and being able to do nothing at all.
We're all beginning to get very, very scared. We're all getting very, very conscious of what's about to take place. And we could see it coming from the Kinglake area towards us as well. So by this stage, it's almost 360 degrees around us.
We had fire bearing down on us straight down the highway, coming through the kind of paddocks, coming up the creek. We had fires behind the pub, we had fires just to the north of the pub.
There were spot fires just wherever you looked, and it was a matter of just going over there or yelling at someone else to get out there if they could. It attacked the rear paddock closest to our motel units. We had just a fence line that was about 1 metre from the units, and I remember we made the conclusion it wasn't going to get past there. We weren't going to let it get past that point, and we just hit that paddock, and we made sure it didn't get any further.
You know, we really didn't have much to fight an actual fire with. You know, it was bucket and mops.
It was chaos. It was absolute chaos for hours, absolute hours.
But Steve and his mates are in luck. A drop in the wind and a gust of local initiative favours the defenders. After fighting for 6 hours or more, the 90-year-old timber pub is saved.
You know, we weren't CFA people. We weren't under any you know, centralised management. And it just seemed to me that people seemed to know, with a kind of instinctual thing, how to work together and kind of what to do.
In the surrounding hills, there is only sorrow. The fire that started over 12 hours ago at Kilmore East has claimed 9 more lives in the precincts of Flowerdale and nearby Hazeldean.
Back up early still.
Well to the southeast in Coligny, they're
Oh,
still
close
fighting.
enough.
97-year-old Charlie Richardson has watched his home go up in flames. Badly burnt and alone for 3 hours, he suddenly sees hope.
Anyway, I heard a vehicle go past. So I started using my head a bit more, and in a few minutes another one went past. And so I'm not in the right place. So I managed to get up to the gate in the corner with my torch, and 2 or 3 went past and I flashed it up at them, but they kept going. So I struggled on and managed to get to the mailboxes on the main road. And there came another one down and I flashed the light on it and he stopped.
I think I was the first vehicle that had a spare seat, so he jumped in my car and we came down there. We drove him back down the hill. It took us a while to get down. We had to move some more trees off the road on the way back down, but he was just happy to have a drink of water. And as I found out later, his gumboots had stuck to his feet and he was very badly burnt, but he did not complain once.
Look at me now. I've lost everything. Nothing on the watch left and the torch. Doesn't make sense, does it?
Oh, it doesn't.
You got everything
1 minute.
1 minute. And 2 or 3 minutes I read to this last time a bit. It's all gone.
"11 of Charlie's neighbours perish in the pitiless lottery of the fire. Alfred Frendo and his son Scott fled their home only to be killed on the road as the fire missed their house.
Melbourne.
10 o'clock in Melbourne. Information from the disaster zone is so sketchy that news of the day's first deaths is only now coming through.
Police have confirmed that 14 people have been killed in today's bushfires across Victoria. 6 have been killed at Kinglake, 4 at Wandong, 3 at Strathewen and 1 at Clonbinane.
You get in the car to go home and you feel like, you feel absolutely terrible. And you get home, which I did, and, you know, I walked in the door and I said to my wife what was going on, and she said, "That's terrible." You know, she said, "I've just heard on the radio." And I said to her, "It's going to be a lot worse." And she said, "Like what?" And I said, "A real lot worse." And I distinctly remember she tried to put numbers into my mouth. And I couldn't say it because I didn't know, but I knew it was going to be worse.
Now that's Marysville.
For those in Marysville, it doesn't look like it can get much
A
worse.
second guess.
The fire has moved so quickly and communications are so stretched that the tragedy here is not known to the outside world.
There's been an update from the DSE on the Marysville township. The DSE understands that everyone's safe in Marysville and they're assembled at Gallipoli Park. So just repeating that, the DSE understands that everyone is safe in Marysville and they're all assembled at Gallipoli Park.
They're not. Actually, they're not.
I remember ringing my wife up at Marysville when we were on the Oval, and she was at work at the Northern Hospital, and she's a wonderful CFA wife, and she knows the score, and she knew that she could see the fires and all the ranges, and of course the hospital's been impacted by fires, and she never has a mobile phone on ever. And the phone rang a quarter of a ring and she answered. And I said, "I'm okay." And she said, "Where are you?" And I go, "I'm in Marysville." And she said, "Oh, well, that's fine." And I said, "No." Nobody knew. Nobody knew about Marysville at that point. And I said to her, "The whole town is gone, Mandy." And she said, "Oh, it can't be." And I said, "The whole town is gone." And it was.
For those who managed to escape, refuge has been found, but confusion reigns. Pam from the Crossways Inn is safely in Alexandra, 40 kilometres away, but she's frantic for news of her husband Greg, who stayed
the way
behind.
to camp. So I was still thinking about if I'd been through Buxton or not.
From one source that he was okay, and then I met other people coming in saying, "We haven't seen him and the Crossways is gone." So I was getting different reports really all night. People thought that everything had burned. So I'd actually sent phone texts to my brothers saying, "I believe the Crossways is gone." I haven't heard from Greg.
Pam isn't the only one desperate to know of loved ones. The CFA captain returns home with a local policeman to discover if his wife and youngest son have survived.
You don't know that?
We went around up the driveway. Yeah, the driveway's fairly steep. We get up to the top of the driveway and it's very hot. The house is still burning ferociously.
Like no line?
Yeah, and it was very, very hot. But there was obviously no signs of Liz and Dalton there. There was sort of a big chunk of time between the last time that I'd been there. You know, I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure of what had happened, and I was hoping that when there was no obvious signs of them, I was hoping that they got away, that they weren't there. Was what I was hoping. Yeah.
One of the most popular tourist towns in Victoria is all but razed to the ground.
It's been rebuilt.
So most of the main street's gone.
I've been inside and leave Marysville.
Oh my God.
We can't.
This is just impossible. It's simply got to be impossible. I don't believe I'm looking at this.
And that's all that's left of that beautiful church.
And God's house wasn't safe.
There are too many grim sights. But amidst the destruction and the devastation, Darrell Hull is about to make a remarkable discovery.
I filmed up the street and realised that the crossways was still intact. It was unbelievable that it was still intact.
Yay! It's still intact. It's still up, mate. You'll be getting good excited news. Saved your husband.
Saved the crossways.
It saved your hotel.
Pam's husband Greg has spent half the night throwing water on the crossways, the other half sheltering for his life.
I hope you enjoyed. I'm still saying hope. Well, just ignore that bit. Goodbye, farewell, amen. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. See you in the next run.
Risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win. No